Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, a Roundtable Sports production. Real coverage from real fans. Richie, I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, day two of mandatory minicamp. Seeing quite a bit of storylines already. But how are you feeling?
Quite a bit of storylines indeed. I'm feeling good. Mandatory minicamp. Another day. We got the AFC's Roundtable tonight, which I'm excited about for sure. Always a good time to get those that show up and running once a week. And TD is late again. But hey, Dan and I were like, you know what? Instead of waiting for TD to show up, let's just go live. And TD's going to show up eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, he will. You know what? We are not going to terrorize our audience due to the tardiness of one of our business partners. We are going to give them the ball knowledge and the ball conversation that they so rightfully deserve. Folks, please do us a favor. Smash that like button. Some say that if we get to 200 like buttons regularly, that we'll never be late again. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but studies show that there's a good shot that we will never be late again as long as every show gets 200 like buttons. So I'll tell you what, man, I've been looking through some of the storylines of things that broke after we were done with Fourth and Forever. And might I say, there was a lot of stuff that broke after yesterday. Most notably, I'd probably have to discuss J.K. Dobbins being added to the Denver Broncos. Richie, ironically enough, this team cannot run the football. They have not had, Richie, a 1,000-yard rusher since 2019. It's a significant amount of time.
Sounds like,
and that also makes me sad because, like, you look back, like, doesn't 2019 feel like yesterday? Like, when you look at everything, it's 2025. You're like, oh, that's not too far away. 6 years ago, the Broncos have not had a 1,000-yard rusher. Now they add J.K. Dobbins, who all but revived his career over in L.A. in the Harbaugh system. Thoughts on this, man? Is it like, I feel like I want to take this topic in a different direction. In your opinion, what is this Broncos team missing? Because the defense is fire, right? Like, you add RJ Harvey, the rookie, have J.K. Dobbins as his running mate, Bo Nix going into year two. Maybe a little bit more on the wide receiver side of things, but thoughts, man? Like, where do you see this Denver Broncos team, especially with J.K. Dobbins being added into the mix?
Yeah, I think J.K. Dobbins is a perfect addition. RJ Harvey, I think, is going to be the shock of the NFL from a rookie running back standpoint. Everyone's talking about Ashton Genty, Amari and Hampton, but I think he's the shock potential. The only question I have is the receivers. They don't really have a bunch of receivers that scare you in Denver. They traded away Jerry Jeudy. Yeah. And now he's thriving in Cleveland on a bad team. Cortland Sutton is a dog. I mean, Mims came out of nowhere last year. So that's my only thing. But I think Sean Payton has proven that they know what they're doing. Their defense is freaking loaded up. So I think that they proved last year that they're only going to show. I mean, there's a bar now. They have to match that bar of making the playoffs. Otherwise, it's going to be a failed season for them.
It's going to be interesting, man. Like, I look at the AFC West, and as many of you know, I have been a massive proponent of rooting for the Chiefs' downfall for the past couple of years. And I'm just trying to pick someone to do it. I'm trying to pick an organization in that division that could potentially do it, right? So here's a follow-up question, which makes it even more interesting. Now, Richie, I know that you refuse to bet against the Kansas City Chiefs because you know better, right? And I know better. I refuse to bet against them. However, if it does happen, and chat, please let us know your thoughts on this as well. What team is more likely to dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs for the AFC West division? The Denver Broncos or the LA Chargers? Or say that you're trying to shock the world and say the Raiders, although that I think you have a bit better football acumen than that. What team do you, if it did happen, what team are you giving the crown to of the AFC West?
Yeah, definitely the Chargers over the Broncos. I just trust Justin Herbert a little bit more.
Okay.
And Bo Nix at this point, even though I am a big believer in Bo Nix. The Chargers were the better team last year, so there's no reason to believe they're going to go backwards. Harbaugh is a proven head coach. I still got the Chiefs winning that division, though, but if there was a team to do it, I think it would be the Chargers.
It's the Chargers, which is interesting, too, you know, because last year, like, we're hyping up this Denver Broncos defense, and the Chargers defense last year, I'm pretty sure at one point was like #1 in scoring defense. Like, that team was absolutely disgusting. And they have some dogs, especially in that secondary. I mean, now that they ended up walking away from Bosa, they still have Khalil Mack coming back, had some pretty quality draft positions. I just want to see what Harbaugh does year 2, and we will see. I think I'm going to give it to the Broncos, though.
Yeah.
Why? But rest be assured.
Have you turned around on Bo Nix after that rookie year?
I am. And maybe I need to give a public apology to Bo Nix, right? Because I said that he was going to be an absolute dumpster fire bust. A dumpster fire check down merchant. But hey, who knows? I was wrong, but let's just hope that he avoids a sophomore slump like many QBs that get overhyped their first year suffer through. But we'll see. Richie. So did you know that there are 2 Travis Hunters in this league, bro? And that there are 2 players right now that are trying to play wide receiver and cornerback in the NFL right now?
Where is this going?
It's a joke, but the Green Bay Packers are so desperate from the cornerback situation and their cornerback room that they are having wide receiver Bo Melton take reps with the DBs as well. And Richie, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I look at the current depth chart of cornerbacks on the Green Bay Packers, and it reminds me of a Madden franchise that you run all the way 20 years down the road, right? Like Madden, we'll say it's Madden 2020 and its franchise year is 2040, where they just start making up random ass names. And that is who is on your roster. That is what the Green Bay Packers cornerback room looks like. And now they're having Bo Melton run. My question here is that's a big concern for me. So when it comes into Green Bay, what should they do about this? Should they go out and try and trade for Jalen Ramsey? Should they maybe roll the dice on a James Bradbury, on a Stephon Gilmore? Thoughts from the Green Bay Packers? Talk to me.
Yeah, I remember Bass at the draft. You know, he was expecting to draft a corner. They're going corner. And he kept saying with the corners they wanted. They never really got the guy they wanted. So now they got rid of Jair Alexander. That is definitely a landing spot for Jalen Ramsey, in my opinion. Would you agree? I think that's definitely the guy that you want to replace Jair. Yeah, he does fit. I think he's a perfect replacement. He's a win now piece, and the Green Bay Packers are a win now team. So I think it's a no-brainer if that can happen. But the question is, will it? Will it happen? Right? I don't know if the Packers, if it fits that Packers mindset, though, at the same time. There's a lot of hesitations I have to predict that's going to happen. But hey, you never know. I do believe that the Green Bay Packers have a lot to prove this year, especially Jordan Love. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because we have to make sure that they improve. They definitely took a step backwards this past year. They've laid an egg in the playoffs, which matters the most. So we shall see. And guess who's back, Dan?
Dude, where have you been? My friend Bob was even wondering where you were, bro. It's funny because as soon as when my dog hears me like walk toward Bob, he just skirts the other direction.
He's like,
one episode I punched Bob one episode I punched Bob so hard he fell on poor Milo. But
I know,
okay.
I remember.
Yeah, he's okay now. All right. So now I need to be careful with it.
Bob, Tony tells me now, he sends me $2 super chats to hug Mr. Met because he's a Mets fan, and I have a Mr. Met mascot, little stuffed animal.
Mr. Met.
He tells me to hug Mr. Met, and I was like, yeah, I'll hug Mr. Met.
Oh my God. Well, so here's the thing, man. Like last year, you were a big proponent of the Packers. And maybe it was last year where you said that Jordan Love was going to be a part of the MVP conversation. And that's okay.
I did say that. Right? I am on record.
Dude, for sure. You know what? Like we all have some takes that don't turn out. But
yeah, I was like trying to think, who's that dark horse MVP? And I did expect Jordan Love to kind of go off a little bit.
No, I totally get it. But it sounds like you're not too high on the Vikings, especially since there's so many question marks about J.J. McCarthy. And by the way, that clip that was posted on Roundtable Sports that was underthrown, and Jordan Addison had to adjust to catch that. All right. And then obviously you do have your concerns with the Green Bay Packers. if you had a crystal ball, right? Where would you put the finishers of the NFC North? First, second, third, fourth place. Way too early prediction, obviously. Talk to me.
That may be the hardest division to predict.
I know. So, like, you're raising quite a bit of concerns, and for the Packers and the Vikings. So does this mean that you have the Chicago Bears finishing in second this year?
Like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm ready to hop on I'm ready to hop on the Bears train, but I'm also like, I gotta wait and see, man. There was a lot of hype last year. Is Ben Johnson's system gonna click right away? Their first year coaching staff. Like, I'm gonna pump the brakes on the Bears. But I think that, like, there's a world where the Vikings, like, I believe in Kevin O'Connell's coaching staff with JJ McCarthy more than Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's unproven in this league.
Yeah,
he's proven.
He is.
Ah, man.
It's tough, man.
Like, do I put Bears? I'll put Bears on last for now. Vikings third. Packers second. Lions first. I'm still riding the Lions win the division. And the Bears are just a wild card, man. Are they going to click? I do believe in Caleb Williams' talent, man. I really do. Oh, it's tough. You guys let us know in the chat. Who do you fit? Who fits? 1, 2, 3, 4, NFC North. As Tony wants me to hug Mr. Met. Where are you, Mr. Met?
Yeah, man. You give him a hug. You give him a hug real fast. Come on, baby. It's fourth.
The Mets are also on fire right now. The Mets are like the best team in baseball, baby. Come here, Mr. Met.
Dude, hug Mr. Met. Dude, holy hell.
It's my childhood, man.
So he wants Bob to get violated, and he wants a hug.
Well, he's a ref, bro. Screw Bob. Mr. Met is a loving.
You're right. Screw
mascot. The best mascot in the game. I love Mr. Met.
Exactly. Screw.
I gotta get a Mrs. Met. I gotta get a Miss Met mascot so he's not lonely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I totally get it. I totally get it, man. Dude, the Seattle Seahawks. So Roundtable Sports just released some images of Cooper Kupp and his new threads. I don't know what to think about the Seattle Seahawks this year, man. I really don't. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull up their depth chart. Seattle Seahawks depth chart. Let me see that depth. Let me see.
Darnold's dropping dimes over there too.
Is he?
I don't know. I went to their
Darnold really dropping dimes?
I don't know. I got to show you. Look what
I was about to say, we need to see if the interns can get some clips up here because I got to see it to believe it. Because I'm sitting here looking at it, and their offense, for the most part, right? You have Kenneth Walker as running back, who is already dealing with some sort of injury. We'll see if he's ready for training camp. JSN, Cooper Kupp, and MVS. And then Torrey Horton out of Colorado, who a lot of people were high on. He's fast. Jake Bobo. Ricky White III, damn, another rookie, and Noah Fant, and Elijah Arroyo, a tight end. I don't know, man. Like, that NFC West division, they have a very easy schedule this year.
Do they?
They do, especially the 49ers, who, like, we were all shitting on and saying, hey, you know what? We don't necessarily anticipate that they are going to be very good based off of all of the turnaround, but they literally have the easiest schedule in the NFL. So it's hard for me to count them out now. And maybe it's even hard for me to count out the Seattle Seahawks as well. What are your thoughts?
Come on, Dan, hop on the train, bro. I'm on the Seahawks train this year, bro. Hop on.
It's the Sam Darnold train.
Oh, yeah, it's the Sam Darnold train, really. But
it's the
hop on, bro. Come on, man. Everyone's like, oh, this Sam sucks. It was all Justin Jefferson, all the Vikings. Oh, yeah, he's going to do it all over again. Be better than Geno Smith in Seattle. He's got Cooper Kupp in the buildings, got JSN, got Kenneth Walker, got playmakers, got a nice coaching staff. Come on, man. Sam Darnold, prove the world wrong again. Look at these dimes he's dropping in practice. Woo. Look at that. In the bucket with no defender.
Yeah, dude. Shorts and t-shirt. Absolutely sick, dude. Holy hell, man. Like, this is the season for rage bait, bro. It's the season for propaganda, right? Like, you always see these people out here reacting to some uncovered wide receiver from, like, their rookie, like, QB just throws, like, this perfect pass with no pass rush, no coverage of the wide receiver. People are like, oh, my God. What are we talking about, man? This guy's about to take over the league. One thing I'll
that
say
Garrett
about
Wilson clip, though, that Garrett Wilson clip that the Jets
you didn't
released,
show that, but you know what? Like that's something that I expect from Garrett Wilson, right? His toe tap swag has been a part of his game for as long as I can remember. That's play it. Play it. Wow. Justin Fields, man.
I mean, this is ridiculous. If you slow this down for a sec, let me just break this down if you guys don't mind.
Please do it.
Let me just pause it. He catches it. Look at his feet. He has the ball here. His feet has every reason to be out of bounds. Right? But he just has that athleticism, has that football IQ, has just somehow gets his feet right in there. I mean, Garrett Wilson really is unreal. And speaking of Garrett Wilson, I know it's just OTAs and everything. He's like lighting it up at camp. Like he is a star right now. He's unguardable. At practice today, all the Jets beat reporters said Garrett Wilson looks as good as I can remember him looking. He has had a great summer, used in more creative ways with our brand new offensive coordinator. They're raving about him. All the Jet beat reporters are absolutely raving about Garrett Wilson and his ability to be that guy. So I think that this is Garrett Wilson's opportunity. It's perfect timing for TD to join, of us showing off how good and elite Garrett Wilson is, because he's better than any player on the Dolphins.
Look at Garrett Wilson, brother.
He's lighting it up, TD. I mean, look at this.
So who's making that?
Garrett Wilson's a top dog. Anybody who can make Justin Fields look.
He's going to have his best season of his career with Justin Fields at quarterback. Watch.
Best season. Well, you know what? We did have Jesse in here earlier, and I wonder if he's yesterday. Yesterday, he's not a believer in Justin Fields, right?
Good. That's how we want it to be.
So he said that he was a captain check down kind of guy, and that was largely because he couldn't see the field.
Well, I'm a little maybe I missed it, but I'm a little disappointed.
Why's that?
I mean, first of all, we're sitting here talking about Justin Fields. We'll see how that goes.
No, we're talking about Garrett Wilson, actually.
Oh, that guy too. But why are we not talking about the real quarterback situation in the NFL? The real controversy.
Zach Wilson.
What's the real quarterback situation right now?
The Cleveland Browns. What's happening over there, man?
Oh, I didn't. Dude, you know what?
You haven't been
all right,
paying
listen,
attention.
I'm not even. All right, listen, I am not plugged in with Browns news. And so I haven't seen quite a bit of it on Roundtable, and that is the only source where I find news nowadays is Roundtable on X. So, TD, tell me, my
Browns
friend,
thing going, man.
tell me, what are you hearing out of camp, and should I trust TD with this as well?
I mean,
he's very, very biased towards Shedeur.
I am biased towards Shedeur Sanders, but I don't have to be biased when I'm giving facts. You know, bias is an opinion. Like, I think he's the best guy. That's my opinion. But the kid is outplaying everybody, including Flacco, every single time. And you know how they made a big controversy about, when have we ever taken stats for OTAs? That's how much of a circus it is. Man, come on. Oh, wow. Caleb, let's pause for Caleb for a second.
Caleb, holy hell, Caleb. Damn. Thank you.
We got to pause for Caleb Daniels coming on here with a 50 burger. Sound the alarms, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Wow.
Love the channel. Wow. One game stat like that is so insane that is never talked about is when Jin returned a kick and a punt for a touchdown against Seattle in the same game.
Wow. Yeah. Two in one game. He had 2 punt returns in one game, kick returns.
A kick return and a punt return.
Yeah. I remember that. You know what's crazy? That showed up on my timeline yesterday. That's crazy. He brought that up. It was on my timeline, and I was watching it. They were bringing it back, and I was like,
Maybe
man,
he saw the same thing.
Yeah, I was about to retweet it and say back when we actually had hope. But then I said I'm not trolling on Twitter anymore. So
sure, you're not trolling on Twitter anymore.
But that was huge, Caleb. And when you look at how he did it, he started one way, just paused, worked in the middle against people, and then just took off. It's crazy how great he could have been, but nobody gives him credit for, he improved his career when he left Miami, in my opinion. I thought he had did a good job. I don't know, was it the 49ers or somebody? He was as their receiver. He made some plays and special teams. But man, Ted Ginn Jr., man. That's what's up.
Ted Ginn Jr.
Appreciate Caleb more than you know, man.
So Caleb, I appreciate that, man. Who is your team? I'm very interested to see what team you root for, my friend, so I can put you in the right direction of what Roundtable Show.
Hopefully the Dolphins. Come on, Caleb. What's your team?
To lock in,
guys,
man.
We
already know.
The cool feature about Super Chats is you guys can like his Super Chat. So go over to the $50 Super Chat, like it, and comment underneath Caleb. He deserves the love. $50 Super Chat is something that we really appreciate here. So make sure you guys go show Caleb the Dono support. Dono hype in the chat. Let's do it.
So here's the question, right? I did see that the other quarterback, the Browns, ended up signing Dylan Gabriel, signed a contract, right?
Yeah.
Shedeur, from what I'm seeing on reports, and I'm definitely going to go a bit deeper right into research and to make sure that he's actually like winning this competition.
They have a tracker, by the way, Dan. They've been doing like literally ESPN has been keeping a tracker of all the quarterbacks. They did it in voluntary last the voluntary OTAs. Shedeur was killing all of them. Now the real OTAs, 7-on-7 and 11-on-11, day 2 tracker came out. Day 1 he killed them all. Flacco didn't throw day 1. Day 2, once again murdered them. I mean, just I mean the accuracy, man. They're showing the highlights so you don't think it's just a bluff. His accuracy, threading needles with tight coverage, and he's been like 90% completion. Today is in the books. Flacco went 3 for 7 and a touchdown, no picks. That's below 50%. Pickett went 6 for 11, just over 50%, 1 touchdown, no picks. Dylan Gabriel, 9 of 16, about 60%, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Sanders, 8 of 9. All right, 8 out of 9, 1 touchdown, no picks.
3 touchdowns.
Yesterday's tracker was even better. He took off on him yesterday as well. But you got to go look
why
at
don't
all
you tag me in this? Why don't you tag me in this real fast?
Okay, I'm on at Dan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Today's tracker. All right.
So here's my question, right?
Dan, where are you on Twitter?
At Real Dan Mitchell, brother.
That's why I always forget the real.
At Real Dan Mitchell. I wish that there was just at Dan Mitchell. Man, like say that I can have that username all over the place. I'd be taking it, but unfortunately, it sounds like my name is very common.
All right, I just sent it to you.
You are Dan Mitchell. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like some economist has my name too. Like when I Google my name, right? It's like some economist. Although I'm still on the first page, fool. I'm still on the first page. You Google Dan Mitchell. Guess who's on the first page, fool? This guy.
I don't know. Are you, Dan?
I don't know. Google Dan Mitchell, bro.
All right. Dan, I'm sending you yesterday's too, okay?
All right. Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
All right. I sent both of them to you. Take a look at it. And this is what I'm talking about. It's not even close. It's not even close. And when you watch the highlights, this man is threading the needle. The accuracy is off the charts. The anticipation. Now I saw a few throws, a little spot throwy, remind me of Tua, but it works more than it doesn't. But yeah, man, I think it's crazy because when you look at the media, they're doing everything they can to boost up Dylan Gabriel, but the play isn't matching. And Shedeur is really taking off and being a real team player, saying all the right stuff, working hard. Right now, they just showed a clip of him, the only one on the field, still practicing. All the good stuff, man.
So my question here is that like who is he running with?
So that was
the ones, the twos, the threes.
That's a part of the controversy. So there's some reports that say behind closed doors, they're giving him good reps. But in front of the media and everybody, they're only keeping him with the 2s and 3s.
Interesting.
And they haven't seen any snaps with the 1s. But there are reports that he's getting some behind the scenes, like, there's a media portion and a non-media portion. It's like the exact amount of time where they're inside, media is not allowed, and then they're outside where media is allowed. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're trying to hide it. I have no clue what's going on. But when he's in front of people, regardless of what unit it is, he's thriving and balling. And at the end of the day, here's the crazy part about it. If you got somebody running with I don't care if it's the fives, right? Because you got 93 guys usually in camp, right? I don't care if you're running with the nobodies, right? If you're operating at such a high level, don't you move up that chart and you start to see it get a look?
Yeah.
And they've been keeping him with the same units. And a lot of people are saying that, there's work being done with the higher units inside, but they're trying to not make it a circus and show everybody the difference. So I don't know. It's interesting.
It's funny because I'm bringing it up because they have Dylan Gabriel and they have Shedeur Sanders. Is there a world, right? Like, what the hell would they do with Dylan Gabriel if they decided that Shedeur was the guy? Right.
Glad you asked. Look at all the posts this morning coming out that the Miami Dolphins are, the hypothetical odds.
Y'all love, dude. Y'all love them lefty QBs, man.
No, they're saying, the Dolphins need to get on the phone right now and trade for Dylan Gabriel or whatever. And Luke, Uncle Luke in Miami, he's out on Twitter. Man, the Dolphins need to call the Browns and trade for Shedeur right now. And that's where I'm at with it. You already know that, but. Yeah, man.
So
it's interesting.
So I have some insight. Okay. I grokked who is Dan Mitchell, and we have the Economist.
Okay.
We have a songwriter, producer.
Okay.
We have an artist, an actor, an academic. But no content, no Roundtable Sports version here.
Man.
And then I did the same thing for who's Tony Dow.
Oh, you know
Tony Dow.
Who's
you are an actor, director, and sculptor.
Oh, that's
You're also a motorsport engineer.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I guess my name is a little bit more unique because they got mine right in the nail. Rich Malloy is a content creator, an entrepreneur.
Google me right now, man. Google me.
Hey, Richie
is the co-founder and managing member of Roundtable Sports. You guys,
Richie, you shouldn't be findable. Richie, you shouldn't be findable.
I got a unique name, man. I guess that's why. I don't know. I don't have a common name.
Nah,
I grokked it. I just used grok.
Grok knows real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Nah, but it's kind of scary how much Grok knows about me, bro. He knows about everything.
Yo, look, I just grokked who is Dan Mitchell. It says possible Dan Mitchells. Dan Mitchell, NFL content creator. Then Dan Mitchell, economist. Then Dan Mitchell, songwriter.
Richie's set to ignore us, then. That's his
He's set to ignore it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that.
No, I didn't. I'm going to follow up on Grok. I'm going to follow me like I am referring to the NFL content creator. Let's see if it gives me.
Show me what it says. Show me what it says.
All right.
So that was the ego death right there. Go ahead. Come on. That was the ego death. My ego just is shattered now. Let me see.
There it is. It's got it. Dan Mitchell, sports content creator, specialized in NFL and Buffalo Bills coverage. He produces daily videos Monday through Friday.
Hey, that's a short bio, Dan. That's a short bio.
All right, now I'm going to say I am referring to TD Finn's talk.
Oh, yeah, that's what you need, baby.
It's
That's
going to be
what you need.
It's going to be long.
It's going to be like a very controversial Dolphins creator on the internet.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, it's searching.
It's so much to load.
It's like, who is this fool? It's like, who is this fool?
I thought it was that one.
Refers to a Miami Dolphins focused content creator media platform run by an individual known as TD, who covers the NFL team through YouTube videos, podcasts, social media based on available information. Your identity. Look at this.
Scroll.
Your reputation. Mixed reception in the Dolphins fan base. Some appreciate his energy and dedication, while others call him a homer or dislike his harsh critiques of players like Tua.
What? Is that real?
Yeah, keep going.
Recognized by Dolphins reporter Omar Kelly, who noted TD's growth beyond his troll era in 2025, showed empathy in non-football context, such as support for Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin after his 2023. He didn't do that.
Yes, I did.
Affiliations, part of Hog Media, which promotes TD. Wow, they don't get Roundtable Sports in here, man.
Because my name. Hey, is that
Man,
it?
it's
That's
weird.
the whole thing?
All this.
Damn, bro.
Well,
It's trippy, right?
It is trippy, man.
It's funny.
all right. Yeah, I don't miss.
Nah, their one about me is kind of weird because they go into my personal life too. They know where I teach yoga. They know where I went to college. They know I'm a co-founder of Roundtable Sports. They know everything.
But you have some
community perception.
You list all this stuff in your bios and stuff, though, right, Richie?
Well,
says
it's taking
criticism.
data from, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So it says criticism and challenges. A post from Mitchell's own X account, Real Dan Mitchell, November 14, 2024. Oh, no. It reveals he's faced a subtle jab from a mainstream media-backed Bills podcast, indicating some tension with established media. He frames content creators like himself as disruptors, suggesting he's carving out a niche despite pushback from traditional outlets. This hints at a polarizing but growing influence, and he acknowledges that criticism comes to the territory. Ooh. Damn. Look at that.
Sheesh.
Damn. Damn, man. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, all right. So, what the hell are the Browns going to do with Dylan Gabriel? Talk to me. TD.
I don't know. I mean, I just think that the whole thing is interesting. ESPN's been eating it up, and everybody's been following it. But it's definitely interesting. I want to see how this one works out. But Shedeur Sanders just passed Dylan Gabriel in odds to become the starter week 1. He's moved up to number 2 behind Joe Flacco.
Moving up number 2 behind Joe Flacco. So maybe they end up just moving on.
Betting odds.
Who knows?
Yeah, time will tell.
Who knows? Richie, what do you got, man? Talk to me. What the hell is going to happen? Because obviously this is a quarterback competition, but obviously somebody is going to be the odd man left out. Maybe they keep 3. Highly doubt it, though. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting competition between an old vet and 2 rookies. So I think that it's going to be up for grabs. I'm excited to see how it all works out. I'm not going to read into it yet. I got to go to training camp, got to put the pads on. As much as we like to talk about mandatory minicamp and all that, it really can't evaluate these guys until they put pads on, get real live pass rush reps, preseason ball, all that stuff matters. So I'm going to pause of my evaluation, but it's definitely an interesting sign to see the drama that's already coming out of Cleveland.
It's the drama.
Dov Kleeman just reported that.
No, he didn't. He doesn't report anything.
Well, he just said the Browns
that's a fake person.
Will not. I know. I'm saying the account. It's a lot of people will trust it. The Browns will not be keeping both quarterbacks at the training camp. So one of them obviously.
TD, let me just teach you something. Never ever refer to Dov Kleiman as a source or ever say people trust him. Trust me, he's like number 1 account to not trust on social media. I'm just saying that's a known thing.
So let me ask you a question. You think that they're going to keep both quarterbers plus Flacco?
I don't even that whatever the report is went in through one ear, out the other when you said Dov Kleiman.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm asking you, regardless. See, for accounts like that, it really doesn't matter to me who it is. Was the context of what they put out, is it worth talking about?
I just don't respect that account.
That the team, forget him then. Do you think that the team is going to keep all 4 quarterbacks? It was a good posed question.
No, of course. I don't know. I think there's a chance they keep all 4. I mean, what's Deshaun Watson's update? Like, is he out for the whole year?
He's getting married.
According to him, he's trying to make a comeback by later in the season. But most people believe he's not gonna be able to play the full year.
So if that's the case, then he goes on IR. Then you don't have to keep all 4. The 4th is including Watson.
No, I mean you got Kenny Pickett there too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a world where they go into the season and cut Joe Flacco and just go purely young. Because what does Joe Flacco provide other than a veteran? Like, they're not going to win anything with him. So I don't know. Do you guys think there's a chance that all 4 gets kept?
No,
that would be pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know at this point. Really, really don't. But you know what? I have been contemplating about this as well because y'all saw that interview from Shedeur Stewart yesterday, right?
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah,
please.
Dude, he's not pulling any punches, right? Like, he's not pulling any punches. And Bengals fans are starting to get upset with him because he's not signing a contract. They found out that he was a Chiefs fan like right before. They're like, oh, and so I wonder if that's the reason. No, it's not. All right, let's grow up here.
Chiefs fan.
Oh, he's a Chiefs fan. That's why he's not signing his contract. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. But he ended up going out and saying that the Cincinnati Bengals, quote unquote, would rather win arguments than win football games. And he said he just wants what everybody else gets. He still hasn't gotten a said contract. Here's my question. Is he about to get traded? Is Shedeur Stewart about to get traded over to a different sort of team? And it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. I went on ahead and I checked out some AI, and I asked them if there has ever been a couple of players that were traded after being drafted. Obviously, the easy answer was Eli Manning, several others. So now I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Is Shedeur Stewart going to be traded? Talk to me, Richie.
No. He's not going to get traded. This is a sticky situation that is very annoying from a Bengals fan perspective, but I definitely don't think that he's going to get traded. I mean, it's just a matter of time. They're going to come together. They always do. It's just a matter of when, not if, but it's a weird situation. It's getting a little sticky, getting a little icky. Just give him what he wants. I mean, the Bengals are being like really stingy with this, bro. It's not asking for much. It's asking for what the last guy before him got. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? What do you got on that, TD?
He's made what
is
he
the Cincinnati Bengals going to trade this guy after such a ruckus and that's been created?
Yeah, he about to get traded.
Damn.
He's made what he wants known, and they've done it before. There ain't no negotiating here. Hey, just give me what you gave the last person. It's that simple. Rookie deal. And y'all say y'all don't want to do that. Therefore, I'm here. I'm ready to play when y'all ready. It's that simple. Like, and if they do end up giving it to him, why do teams do this crap? You think you can play hardball with him? I mean, he sit right there. Well, it is what it is. Like, you gonna sit there and just sit on a first-round pick for years? He's young. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we always talk about leverage on here, but he got leverage. I mean, I think he's willing to wait it out and not make it a big deal. He doesn't seem like the type that's out here trying to, penny pinching it. Oh, I need it. No, hey, man, I want to do what's best for me and my family. So Bengals either going to do it or they're going to trade him. And for him to come out and be blunt and honest, which ain't nothing he said bad, but it's also not a good look for the organization. And, and it's kind of taking shots at the general manager. I believe they'll trade him. I believe eventually, hey, they'll say, hey, does anybody want this guy? And this is what he's asking for when you get him. And whoever's willing to do that, hey, let's pick up another first-round pick. He was on our big board. We wanted him right around that area, and we couldn't get him. There's at least 5 teams I know that, would probably swing the bat for him. So, and all you would have to, and you wouldn't even have to give up the first that he was in the first round. They might just have to come up off of a second-round pick, which you profit. So, he could definitely be moved, or they can cave. I don't see him losing out on anything. Okay, we won't sign you. We own your rights because we drafted you. You just sit there. Okay.
Man, we'll see. We'll see.
Like, situations like that just makes me very thankful that my football team's not having that issue. Just in general.
And is the kid being unfair? I mean, he's just asking for what the last person got, right?
Yeah.
Around the same pick, right? So people can't say, oh, he needs to. No, what do he need to do? That's like being a first-round pick and saying, hey, we picked you number 1 overall. We're going to give you your $13 million a year, but we're not going to guarantee any of it. Sign the deal. Mm-hmm. Oh, but now it's, no, that ain't right. No, what he's saying, it's not right. This is the precedent. You've given the last person this. Now you're saying, well, we don't want to do that anymore. I don't get that. I mean, that makes absolutely no sense. At what point does it start to become unfair? You're going to cut me short this year, trying to take advantage of me when every year it elevates a little bit. And I'm just asking for what you gave the person last year. No, he's doing nothing wrong. Stand for something to fall for anything.
Stand for something or fall for everything.
You should be an agent, bro.
We have JT has come in, and do we know what happens if he doesn't sign? And do we know what happens if he doesn't sign or get traded? Does he become a free agent since he was drafted and unsigned? That's a great question. Like, that's an actual great question. I know so the team would still have rights to him.
They have the rights. They'll have his rights.
Teams would still have the rights to him.
Yeah, there's no free agency for him.
He's just sitting there in limbo. They have his rights, and
it was similar to the Jim Kelly situation back in the 90s. He was drafted by the Bills, and he said, "Screw it," and so I'm going to play in the USFL for 2 years because I don't want to go to Buffalo and play there. But then after the USFL folded, he started again, and he still had 4 years on that contract that he had to play since they had the rights. So he would still have the rights. And so the Bengals would. And so I look at their overall defense situation, and they absolutely need to get this man on the field, especially with Trey Hendrickson. It's a sticky situation. It is indeed. And so I noticed that TD went off screen for a second. He walked away momentarily. That's completely fine, but that's okay because we are about to be wrapping up today's show. Guys, we have the AFC East Roundtable this evening where we are going to be breaking down everything that happened at all 4 of our favorite teams' camps across minicamp. A lot of storylines and giving you and painting a picture of what to expect for the upcoming season leading up into training camp. Richie, what do you got to say right before we send these people off?
Come through to the AFC East Roundtable tonight so you can witness TD get cooked live on air as he usually does. So make sure you guys come through. That's going to be live tonight. Always a great opportunity to talk some AFC East, talk about mandatory camp, all things around the NFL. We got some fun things going on at the Roundtable Sports that we're excited to fill you in on. So we'll see you tonight, man. AFC East, big minicamp updates live tonight.
Damn. What do you got, TD, for the people right before we send them off?
Well, luckily his mic's muted.
Yeah, you're muted, man.
Richie's a hater. Thank y'all so much for tuning in as usual. Can't wait for tonight. AFC's Roundtable. Cook these guys as usual. I'm actually can't wait to hear about what's going on with the Bills, the Patriots, and the Jets. During these OTAs. But make sure y'all tune in for that. Make sure you go all things Roundtable, especially our social media accounts that are going crazy right now, posting the latest breaking news. So if you want all things NFL, make sure you go over to Roundtable on Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. All right. And also the individual team social medias as well that are launching on all platforms.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of your favorite midday NFL news and rumor show on the damn internet, fourth and forever, brought to you by Roundtable Sports. Real coverage from real fans. Smash that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.